Hi everyone and welcome to Club 4 episode 27 of Rolling in the Isles, an FM20 British Isles Journeyman series with me, the United City FM. Welcome along. Things are going really well this season. We've upped our game in the Premier League and closed the gap to the top spot of Liverpool. And in the Champions League, we have already qualified from our group stage, having won 5 out of 5 so far. Today, though, we get one more game to play in the group stages. Can we signal our intention to win this whole thing by going to Barcelona away from home and taking the points away from them? Let's check out the episode and find out. So as I said in the introduction, things are going very well. Things have improved for us in the Premier League and we've continued our form in the Champions League so far. Look at this run of form. I mean, the last time you and I were together was here for Leipzig away from home, 1-0 win, O'Connor getting the goal. And since then, 3-0, 2-0, 3-0, 3-1, 1-0, 1-0, all in the Premier League. Mostly in the Premier League. We had a Dynamo Kiev game in there, but we played Fulham, Swansea, Leeds, Tottenham, Watford, got wins all the way through, hardly conceded a goal, and have looked pretty good doing it, even rotating the side when we come up against the likes of Watford, just to keep people fit. After today's game in the Champions League, which is fairly chilled out really because we've already qualified, but it is against Barcelona, we get a game against Liverpool in the Premier League and they're ahead of us currently on goal difference at the top of the Premier League. Our form has really pushed us up. Let's go and check out the competition page so you can see we won the Community Shield. We're in the quarterfinal of the Carabao Cup. We've drawn Everton in the third round of the FA Cup, which could have been a bit easier, couldn't it really? But that's okay. We sit top of our group in the Champions League. No problems at all so far. One more game to come against Barcelona in a few moments' time. And then we look at the Premier League. 41 points apiece, Manchester City and Liverpool. They've got a few more goals than we have, therefore they're on top. Arsenal 1 point behind us. 3-horse race for the title. And we are absolutely well and truly in there. Having upped our form recently, it's going great, isn't it? Fantastic. So today is all about the Barcelona side and trying to go through this entire group stage undefeated. So far, 5 out of 5, 10 goal difference in those 5 games. It's not been bad at all. So can we take the points away from them? Let's go and check out the tactics page and see what we've got planned for Barcelona. So what we've got planned, of course, is what we've been playing recently, the 4-2-3-1 in the vertical tiki-taka structure with the attacking mentality. It's been working brilliantly so far for us this season. And actually, at the moment, we're not doing too badly on the injury front. You can see that Magnoni's just coming back from a knock. I will play him today. Actually, no, I don't think I will. I've just decided I won't. I'm going to keep him reserved for the Liverpool match coming up in the Premier League because we've already qualified. So Richard Jackson takes his place. Magnoni can be on the bench though. The only other injuries that we've got is that Collins is out for 3 weeks, which is unfortunate. Sort of a third choice wide man really. And Dansberg, our rotating left fullback, has come back from a bit of a knock. Hasn't quite got the match sharpness, but it's okay because Cruz is our number 1 guy mostly anyway. So those are the injury issues that we've got. We've taken Magnoni out now just to protect him. But we are playing a full-strength squad, trying to go through this group undefeated. I don't want to lose the momentum in this competition. I want to take the points away from Barcelona and move forward into the knockout phases, absolutely laying down the gauntlet to everybody else and telling them that we want to win this year. And we're going to do absolutely everything in our power to do so. So the team for today's game against Barcelona, mostly the starting 11, as is usually the case, is Romero in goal with Rivero and Romario in central defence, Jackson at right back, Cruz at left back, Camavinga, Roberto and Foden in central midfield with Noll on the right, Ulysses on the left and O'Connor up top. And we've got a bench of Cork, Magnoni, Uar, Matilla, Olart, Cesar and Gibbons. So let's get into today's game and see what happens. So we've challenged the team to go out and prove a point. We've also got an old boy of ours, Lee Malt, is leading the line for Barcelona today. So he's going to come and cause us a problem, isn't he? Because they always do when they come back and play against us. But I hope that we're going to put out a good performance. I hope that we can absolutely show that we are ready to win this competition by taking the points here. And it's a highlight for us right at the back from a goal kick. Can we move it right the way through the Barcelona side in our vertical tiki-taka style? Sometimes going backwards, as we did there, to then open up the space and move forward. Patient build up. There's a good ball, and it's taken a few of the players out for Barcelona, hasn't it? Cruz down the left-hand side. There's a few players inside. He's gone back again. And the patient build-up is looking positive at the moment. There's the chance. Noel dinks it past his fullback, gets to the byline, crosses it in, and it's Roberto at the far post. What a lovely, lovely move. So much patience in the early stages of it. Tiki-taka, vertical tiki-taka, putting it into midfield, dropping it back to defence, back to goalkeeper occasionally, drawing Barcelona out onto us, and then finding that ball out to Noel, who dinks past his player, gets to the byline, crosses it to the far post, and it's Roberto in so much space, nobody marking him, and he puts the little cushioned header into the back of the net very comfortably, and we take a 1-0 lead, and that's a brilliant start after 15 minutes of the match. It's a Barcelona throw-in down their right-hand side, but they're quite deep. They've got quite a long way to go to get through to our goal. Can we get a foot in and nick the ball off them, or at least stall them a little bit so they have to sort of find a new route through? We do. We get a good block in, but they retain possession, and they put it to the far post. And there's Malt, and he doesn't quite make us suffer, does he, at this point? But it is coming from him. I can feel it somehow. He's a good central midfielder. He also plays as a striker. They're doing that with him today. I usually used him as a midfield option. Is he going to cause us a problem? The ball comes in. It's not him. It's Fatty at the back post from where the free kick was taken. And he gets a lovely cushioned attempt at goal. And it goes past Romero in the net. He dives very, very early. Doesn't get anywhere near it really, and Barcelona, off a very good free kick, have come back into the game 1-1, and there's some questions in our defensive area about running with the forward players in those situations and defending properly, but that's the way it is at the moment. You can see that they've had more attempts than we have had. They've got a little bit more possession, but not much. It's quite an even game mostly. Our conversion rate into shots on target is very good. I'd like a few more attempts though, if I could have anything. So let's see if we can push them to do that in the second half. So assertively, it's time for everyone to dig in and give what you've got left tonight. We deserve to win this match, so let's go and do that. I got a little bit of response, not a huge amount. So I'm just going to go into the attacking options specifically and say, I have faith in you, and just see if we can get a bigger response out of them, and we didn't really, which is disappointing, but there we go. That's all we're going to do. We're going to leave it there and move in, and then immediately we're going to say demand more in the shouts to start the second half, and just see if we can come out of our shell a little bit and go on the attack a bit again. We've got some frustration amongst the Barcelona ranks, so it's not all brilliant for them just at the moment. Let's see if we can capitalise on that though. We haven't been able to do it so far in this second half. It's been very, very quiet. 68 minutes gone, 70. I think we're going to have to make a couple of substitutions and see if we can unlock Barcelona in a slightly different way. What have we got going on? We've got a problem with Foden not performing. O'Connor has been quiet up front. Cruz has been quiet at left back. We haven't got quite all of those covered on the bench necessarily, but we'll see what we can do. First off, we're going to take Foden off, and we'll put Matilla in that role in this slightly attacking option. I'm going to leave Cruz on just at the moment because I don't have a left back on the bench, as it were. I've kept Magnoni on there. I am going to take Jackson off though because of his yellow card, so Magnoni comes in for him, and we've either got the yellow card of Noel or we've got the striker up front not quite performing. I'm going to take O'Connor off and put Gibbons on and just see whether he can unlock it, and then we're going to go back in the shouts and we're going to say show some passion, just to see if we can get anything from this group in the last 10 minutes of the game. And we have a highlight that's good, because it's been very quiet this second half, and it's Gibbons on the ball at the top of the box off to Noel on his right foot, doesn't quite hook his right foot round to get that bend on the ball into that top corner that we saw, but it was a decent effort nonetheless. Can we put a little bit more pressure on them? You can see that they're struggling with their morale and their body language in the last few minutes. Can we capitalise on that? It's a Barcelona corner kick. Romero comes out and claims the ball very, very well, though. Just when you need him to be a real strength in that defensive department, he does it. And now we're on the counter-attack. Sweeping move. Ulysses, couple of passes, and we're in the box. He has a shot, but it doesn't quite work out for him, but he regains the ball. Can we get one last chance? He's moved it on to Noel down the right-hand side, onto Gibbons. There was a chance for a 1-2 there with Gibbons, didn't take it. Magnoni, in bags of space, cuts into the box, puts it into the near post, and it's Gibbons, and the goalkeeper pokes it round the side of the post for a corner kick. One last chance on the corner kick. It's partially cleared. Camavinga's going to get it back, though. We're keeping up the pressure on them, which is good to see. Matilla just at the top of the box, and then the whistle goes, and we have to settle for a 1-1 draw just at the point where I was hoping that we would be able to really, really lay down the gauntlet and show what our intention is this season. Didn't quite work out like that in the end. You can see we came back into the match in terms of chances created in the second half, but not many of them were highlight worthy, were they, really? It was a little bit quiet in the second half for that. So obviously that demonstrates that the quality wasn't quite there on the finishing. So let's go into the analysis page and see where it all quite didn't work out for us in this particular match. Well, look at this for an even game in the action zones. It's very, very even. We cancelled each other out, it felt like a bit today. Both heat maps look fairly similar, really. I would suggest they had a bit more of the ball down their left-hand side than we did. But other than that, looks fairly similar. So it was just one of those games where neither could quite break down the other in the way that they really wanted to. Even the attacking areas are fairly similar, really, but from our point of view, we attacked slightly more down the right-hand side than we did anywhere else, but a little bit everywhere. A little bit surprised that it was so low in the middle of the park, but then Barcelona's was as well, so it was obviously a game for the fullbacks overlapping and the wide men cutting in off the wings, maybe, that kind of play, and it didn't quite lead to a win for anybody on this particular occasion. Now, if we go into the team, I suspect this is where we will find where it didn't quite work out for us. If we highlight these and then just go for our own, you can see that these are all, this is what I always look at to start off with. These are the shots that are off target, saved and blocked. And you can see there were quite a few of them. Not too many today that were off target, which is really, really good to see. Just a couple. But it's these blocked shots and the saved shots. So we didn't have quite the quality to get it past that goalkeeper today, did we? And that's unfortunate. It was all of these the goalkeeper managed to get a hand to. And so he played very, very well, obviously. And we didn't quite have the composure where we really desperately needed it. But other than that, I was quite pleased with our performance. If we were working down the left and the right a little bit more, let's go and check out our crosses. You can see that one assist came from that. Let's just clear out the shots to start with. This is one of the assists, one assist, should I say, that came from the cross from Noel on the byline. We had several others that were completed, but then obviously the shot was blocked or saved. But then look at this one. This is the intercepted. We didn't find our man when crossing it in from both the wide right and the wide left area. And that's something that we're going to have to work on a little bit more, because we're playing one up top with a few supporting from midfield. We've got to be quite accurate with our crossing to get the chances from them. And we didn't quite manage it today. What I might do is go in and check out the crossing tactic that we've got. I think it's probably set on mixed. And so what we're going to do is probably drive it into the box a little bit more to feet and see if we can get it into a corner in and around the 6-yard box at pace on the floor. And maybe that's going to help us a bit. So that's the thing I've learned from today that maybe we need to change. So Overall, though, it's not too bad in terms of our shots at goal. We'll take out the Barcelona ones and just leave the Man City ones. You can see it's a good spread. A few went awry. Absolutely, they did. We hit the woodwork, which was unlucky from Roberto, I believe. Yes, it was. And then a good spread, though, that hit the target, and the goalkeeper was just equal to it. And there were several players here doing so, but not so much from O'Connor. He had one attempt that was on target. Gibbons had 3 when he came on. So there's the problem for today. We didn't quite have the quality on our finishing to make Barcelona pay. But even so, it was still a pretty good performance, I would say, away from home. And we have qualified very, very comfortably from our group. So we'll go in there and say you're unlucky tonight and just leave it at that. Keep them motivated moving forward, because we've got that Liverpool game coming up in the Premier League soon. So we need them really properly motivated with some momentum behind them for that. So we'll see how that affects the Premier League. But that's going to do it for this particular episode. And that's going to do it for quite a while in terms of when we come back, because we won't be back until February time, when we play the second leg of our first knockout round. That's what we're doing this season, remember, focusing purely on the Champions League. We won the Premier League last season, don't need to focus on that so much, but getting to that Champions League final, whether we win or lose it, would end the series. So that's what we're trying to do. So we're going to be back sometime in February. I'll have gone through a January transfer window, so we'll see whether anything happens through that. But yeah, it's going to be that second leg of our first knockout stage. We don't even know who we're drawn against, so it's going to be a bit of a surprise for us to come back to. But I hope you'll join me for it, because ultimately this could be the last season that we play in the Rolling in the Isles series for FM20. So hope you'll find a way to come all the way through to the end with me and see if we can get to that Champions League final. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Always appreciate the support that you give me. So I hope you'll join me for the next episode. Till then, though, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and join my United City community. The more the merrier. Click that like button for me if you haven't already. It helps me get seen by lots of other people. Until next time, though, take care of yourselves. I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.